From a small cabin in the middle of a tundra to a lonely lighthouse perched on a rocky coastline, these houses have all been left to weather the elements and stand as examples of the loneliness and resiliency of people. Others continue to serve as remote research stations or holiday homes, even though some of them have remained abandoned for years. So, in this video, we will talk about the 10 loneliest houses in the world. At number 10, LA Island, Iceland. This house is frequently referred to as the world's loneliest house, and it is situated on the island of LA, part of the Vestmannaeyjar region. The LA Hunting Organization constructed this hunting lodge in the 1950s, so staying here would undoubtedly be peaceful. According to a rumor, a billionaire who reportedly wanted to move to the distant island in the course of a zombie apocalypse is said to have constructed the home. Others speculated that there might just be a lonely person residing there. Some people have even asserted that the mansion was photoshopped before the images were posted online and do not exist. Number 9. Glencoe, Scotland. The Scottish Highlands is a region renowned for its magnificently natural scenery, making it the ideal location for a lonesome home. There are other isolated homes scattered around the Highlands, but none appear to be lonelier than this tiny white house in Glencoe. The house, which is concealed in a valley corner, is surrounded by enormous mountains. There are plenty of structures spread over the vast valley. The Scottish Highlands, which are renowned for their isolation and untamed beauty, provides an enchanting setting for isolated residences like this one in Glencoe. Glencoe Valley is home to many unusual homes that are in high demand as holiday accommodations. This little white house is part of that. At number 8, we have Hermitage of San Colombano in Italy. The Lino Valley in Trento Province, in the far north of Italy, next to Lake Lago di San Colombano, is where this exceedingly distant house is located. Here, quietness and seclusion have been taken to a new stage, with the Hermitage built as a remote retreat for solitary contemplation. The building, which hangs 400 feet above the earth in the middle of the valley's sheer cliff wall, is both extraordinarily old and distinctive. Part of it is a natural cave, and the other portion was carved into the rock. The amazing structure dates back to the 8th century. People who enjoy heights and would consider living on the 20th story of a building to be a valuable resource would be curious about Hermitage's house. The San Colombano Hermitage is not only one of the most remote houses in the entire world, but it's also one of the most unusual. Since it was carved out of rock, the building itself resembles a natural cave in certain ways. At number 7, we have Scotland's St. Kilda Island House. It was a protection of loneliness and tranquility, a haven from the busy world of today, and it had been constructed decades ago by a wealthy nobleman. Despite its remote location and challenging surroundings, the house is a haven of comfort and peace, with a roaring fire always burning in the hearth and an abundant pantry to provide for its residents. For the few daring explorers who risked to travel to the island, the house continued to be an inspiration of hope despite its terrifying repute, because behind its walls was a secret that had been handed down through a long line of explorers and mariners. A symbol of the intrigue and mystery that surrounded St. Kilda Island, the home remained vacant and lonely as the years went by, and the tale of the island's loneliest house continued to spread. At number 6, we have Riedettel in France. In France's Brittany, 7 settlements are situated along the Riedettel. However, the Nicktarger Islet, where a little house with lovely blue walls lies abandoned. On a small piece of ground bordered on all sides by water, it's a basic stone building with a thatched roof. Only rare fishermen who set their nets in the estuary are believed to occasionally visit this residence, which is only reachable by boat. It was constructed by a family of fishermen who desired to be as near the ocean as possible. Because it was protected from the prevailing winds and waves, they chose the location where the home currently stands. They then constructed the house themselves with the help of the stones and wood they had collected from the coast. If you're enjoying this video, make sure to hit that like button and comment down below what you think about these houses. And number 5, Just Room Enough Island in Canada. It's believed that Just Room Enough Island, a little rocky island in Canadian Island, is where one of the world's lonely houses might be found. It's located in St. Lawrence River. The Sizeland family, who bought the island in 1950 as a holiday destination, constructed the home there in the 1950s. The concept of owning a private island had always attracted the family, so when they discovered Just Room Enough Island, they felt they had discovered the ideal location. The house on Just Room Enough Island serves as a reminder of the splendor and isolation of the Thousand Islands. Though the island itself is prohibited in the general public, travelers can take a boat tour of the region and see the house from the water. The opportunity to completely disconnect from society and recover is offered by its remote position and lack of modern conveniences, and the breathtaking natural beauty of the area serves as the ideal setting for leisure and reflection. And number 4, HOFSKIRKJA, Iceland. HOFSKIRKJA is regarded as the loneliest house in Iceland and is situated in the country's most isolated and bleak mountains. The plain wooded house is surrounded by hilly terrain, and it has a grass roof and whitewashed walls. HOFSKIRKJA is a refuge of isolation and peace because it's surrounded by nothing but limitless width and Icelandic nature. For the nearby families who practiced religion, it was constructed as a house of worship. It was built utilizing conventional Icelandic construction methods, with a timber frame and turf and stone walls. The turf roof, which is covered in ivy and grass, protects the structure from the severe highland temperature. To restore the house to its original splendor, a restoration project was started in the 1950s. The National Museum of Iceland is currently responsible for maintaining HOFSKIRKJA, which is accessible to tourists during the summer. HOFSKIRKJA is still a spot for isolation. It's simple to feel small and unimportant in the face of such beauty when standing outside the church, accompanied by nothing but the gently sloping hills and the whistling of the breeze. Number 3, Lake TEKAPO, New Zealand. This small home is located by itself on Lake Tekapo's edge, offering amazing views of the Southern Alps in all directions. It's a representation of the unspoiled beauty of New Zealand's scenery, as well as the loneliness that can come with being in such a faraway region of the planet. A herdsman who worked the nearby hills constructed the house in the early 20th century. It was a simple house with just one room and a tiny porch that was made of timber and galvanized iron. It provided a haven for hikers, hunters, and anybody else who required a spot to rest their head in nature over the years. Number 2, the Hidden Forest House. Zenodro Homes constructed the 132 vacation townhomes that make up Hidden Forest in Central Florida. A modest wooden cottage was located in the middle of a dense forest, far from any habitation. No one knew who built the home or why it was there, although it had been there for as long as anybody could remember. Because it was so far from the outside world, the villagers called it the loneliest hidden forest house. Tall trees surrounded the house, and the only access is by a winding route via the thick undergrowth. Only those who know the way could safely navigate the path since it's dangerous. Now before I tell you the house that secured the first spot on this video, smash that subscribe button and hit the bell icon to never miss any updates. And number 1, we have the Hobbit House in Wales. The town of Llanwrwst in the Welsh region of Conwy is home to this tiny house, which is hidden away from the rush of city life and surrounded by breathtaking natural beauty. The home is a stone cottage with one story, evoking the Hobbit homes in J.R.R. Tolkien's The Lord of the Rings books. It has a bright red color and a thatched roof, which contrasts well with the lush surroundings. The Hobbit house is an old-fashioned, lovely refuge that provides a one-of-a-kind, life-changing experience. So, this was all about the 10 loneliest houses in the world. Now, let's wind up today's video, but don't go anywhere yet. Click to watch one of these 2 videos appearing on your screen right now. I'll see you there.